Writing is the foundation of content creation. If attention is the new oil, then writing is the most powerful weapon to get it. I started my YouTube channel by creating videos on finance. I failed. I started my podcast, the Shishir Wadhvan podcast. I failed. I started creating reels on Instagram. I failed. I just wanted someone to tell me where I suck. I thought I need better equipments. I need better editing. Only privileged people can create the best content. I carried all these wrong beliefs until I started learning copywriting. This time, I started learning how to write to influence and persuade people to make better decisions to create the life they want. And I did not fail. Soon, I found that writing is the foundation of media, any piece of content. Now I knew why I failed, because I sucked at writing. Why writing is the unsung hero of all content creation. Number one, writing allows you to make more concise and efficient points. Your ideas are what people buy. Your ideas are what connects with your readers. Your ideas are what makes you unique in the market. But if you fail to express your ideas clearly and directly, you lose your readers. Writing forces you to think critically and organize your ideas in an easy way for others to understand. When you have to write something down, you can't rely on rambling or filler words to get your point across. Writing helps you to condense your thoughts into a clear and concise message. This process will also improve your communication in journal. Let's understand more deeply how writing helps you to clarify your thoughts and ideas. Suppose you have a great ideas, and now how the people would know that you have a great idea? People would only know when your idea will sound great and how you will make it sound great. There are two ways to make it sound great. Number one, you would write on a paper or in your Google Doc to show other people, or write tweets about it and show others. Number two, creating videos like this. Either you will create videos or you will speak in front of your team member to articulate your ideas. Number two, writing is the easiest barrier of entry in the content creation. You don't need lights, you don't need a camera, you don't need the right background, you don't need any paid editing software. All you need is a pen and paper and a basic laptop with a stable internet connection. This makes writing very accessible way to get your ideas out there, even if you are just starting out. When I started, I waited for months to get my lights to get started. I waited for my mic. I didn't create content. Now, it's not about just creating content and putting out there whatever you create. No, I used to think this way, but it's not true. Because if you are just putting anything out there, it means you are not thinking. And as we discussed, that we have to be clear and concise, which happens only because of writing. If you want to become a great YouTuber, if you want to become a great writer, if you want to create your audience, you need to learn to write. You take your favorite educator YouTuber on YouTube and just you will realize, you will know that they have great writers in their team or they know writing by themselves. Writing is the thing which is easy to enter. You can start writing content online just now. Just take your phone, pen and paper, create an account on Instagram or Twitter and start writing. Entry is easy, but learning to write is not. But if entry is easy, then you can get started right now without any equipment, software. So that's the magic of writing online. Number three, writing is the front end of content creation. Just tell me what you see on internet. You see emails, you see websites, you see social media posts, you see Insta and YT videos, you see movies or web series. Almost everything you see on internet started as written content. You need a strong writing skill to participate and win in this game of the online world. As we talked about, that your favorite YouTuber have great writers in their team or they are great writers. So whatever you see on internet, whether their emails, their YouTubes, their tweets, or even if you are watching Netflix, it all started as written content, the movie script, the story. Your email started as written content. Everything you see around yourself in this digital media, it all started with writing. It means writing is a foundational skill and the most powerful skill. Most people ignore it. They think they are writers. Just because they think I can also write, it doesn't mean that you are a good writer. We can all think, but we are not great thinkers. We are not called as thinkers. So the goal is to learn writing as it is a foundational skill, because now you can build anything on this foundational skill, because this is foundation. What does foundational means? It means you will build something on it, it will stay strong. That's why I call writing as a foundational skill, which you must learn. Whatever you create, if you create videos about finance, you must learn to write. It's not that I just know about investing. Why should I learn to write? And you will, if you are a good investor, you will want to express your ideas about investing. You will want to express your ideas about investing. So how would you express it? In a concise and clear manner, by learning to write. Number 4, you need writing knowledge to create video content, outreach to client, and create personal projects. If you want to create better videos, you need to learn to write hooks, mini payoffs, grand payoffs, call to action. I will be telling more about how to write YouTube scripts in my coming videos. If you want to outreach to the potential clients, you need to learn to write compelling cold emails, Insta and Twitter DMs. Personal projects. What is personal project? Personal projects can be anything you build in the online world to showcase your skill, credibility, or ideas. For example, building your podcast, building your newsletter, building your YouTube channel. For every project you will work on, you will need the skill of writing. So let's summarize this in more simpler words. Number 1, if you want to write good scripts, you need to learn these 4 or 3 things: GAN, payoff, CTA, and everything. Most of the people don't know how to write scripts. Even when I started, I used to feel that writing script is not something I like, because I find myself that I can speak better when I am speaking without script. But it turned out when I uploaded videos with script, I found that people interacted more. And when I uploaded video without script, they didn't, because it's not structured when I'm speaking. So what should I do? So I learned this method from Denko. He writes his own newsletter and then he reads his newsletter from his phone. For example, you are seeing me that I'm seeing in this phone. This is my newsletter which I wrote. So I am speaking from this newsletter. But if you are seeing and observing that in between, I'm not looking at my newsletter, I am just saying what I am saying, because it, as I said, that writing also makes you a better communicator. So if I'm reading it and if I have written it, it means I can speak more about it. So writing not just only makes you a good thinker, it also makes you a better speaker. Writing also helps you to get clients. How? Because when you are outreaching, suppose you are a writer, you are a copywriter, or you are video editor, whatever service you provide. You are typing a message to your potential client and your message sucks. You are not clear what you want. You are not clear on what you are providing them. You are writing long paragraphs, or you are writing just one line. It's not clear. It's not clear in many sense. I made a video about how to write cold emails, which you must watch, because it not only helps you to write the cold emails, it also teaches you the psychology of writing the cold email. And I don't even call it cold email. I used a term that make your cold emails more warm. which is an interesting concept that you must watch. How to become a better writer. Step 1. Choose one platform, Twitter or LinkedIn, to write. Step 2. Create a list of problems you faced in the past, problems you are facing in the present, inspiration and motivation you get yourself from dreams and the future self. So let's understand it. It's about you. It means when you follow this step number 2, you are making yourself a brand. People say that I don't have any ideas. You have. You had some problems you faced. For example, when I started, I faced a lot of problems. Problems of not getting started. Problem of not learning how to write. Problem. As I started this newsletter, that when I started podcast, I failed. When I started Instagram, I failed because I didn't learn how to write. So what I just did in this video, I talked about my past problems, which you must be facing too, or which you will face. So similarly, what you need to do, you need to write down what problems you had faced in past and problems you are facing in the present. So there are few problems that I am facing in the present. For example, I am facing how to close clients. So I will learn about it, I will write about it, or I will tell that I'm going to do this. Number 3. Inspiration and motivation you get from dreams and future self. Now this is very interesting concept. You must have this ability to visualize your future self. This is interesting because if you can visualize that I am successful, I am looking like this, I am wearing good clothes, I am with other people who are really rich and intelligent, I am talking to them and I am doing my work, I am going for a walk. Do you have this visualization? So when you will have this visualization, you are taking inspiration from your future self. But the thing is, the key here is to learn to visualize. Because if you can visualize it, you can draw some inspirational lessons from there. You can draw some motivations from there. So if you do it, you can write it in your newsletter, in your post, or talk about the inspiration and motivation in your videos. Step 3 is easy. Write about the step 2 in your post, even if you think you are a terrible writer. Now there are 2 advice. Step 2, you have to write about it. And if you think, no, I'm not good at writing, I just suck, I don't know. It's fine. That's the game. Just get started. Even if you are a terrible writer, just write it down. Maybe you are a terrible writer, but you found a great idea. Writing will improve. But if your idea is great, then the magic is going to happen. People would love to listen to you, even if you speak, even if you don't know how to speak, because your idea is great. So it's about thinking. Writing is something you will learn when you keep making your thinking better. Step 4, subscribe to YouTube channels of your interest. Watch YouTube videos and add your opinions in notes. What it means. Suppose you are watching these YouTube videos and you have this opinion that why this person has not said this thing. You have your opinion that I don't like this advice. I like this advice. Why you don't like this particular advice? Or why you like this particular advice? There is a reason. That reason makes you what you are. So speak about those reasons. Say, okay, I get this, but I don't get this. I agree with this, I don't disagree with this. But with my experience, I have not faced this. These are your own opinions, which you must write and speak about. Because now people would see you as not someone who copies content from others, as someone who has its own opinion. But again, it's again a kind of interesting that how you form opinions, how you learn to form your own opinions by learning to think, moving around one thing, which is how you can make yourself a better thinker. Read books like 6-Word Sales Letter, Breakthrough Advertising, Influence. Quick reminder, keep writing. Don't stop writing with the excuse, I need to complete this video or book to get started. This happens to a lot of beginners. Even this still happens to me. If I'm reading a book, I start feeling like that I have to complete this book, then I can become better. Then I can do something. No, there are no ends. There are great books out there. There are endless videos out there. So what you will do? You will read all the books before you get started. No, you read one page, just one page, and you implement it. Or maybe you don't even read one page. It's fine if you are bad at reading. It's more important that you get started. You start taking action. So that's how you should treat your new learnings, by building it in the public. Step 5. Don't forget to execute what you are learning along the way. It's very important that if you learn something, then you go and implement it. So how you will implement it? For example, I started learning how you can become articulate or how to become a better speaker. I started my podcast where I speak without any script to make myself a better speaker, better communicator. So this is something I am implementing in front of the people. There can be more steps, but right now you just need these 5 steps to get started to win in this online world and to make money. And if you want to watch my video on how to write cold emails, then click here.